totaling that day like 1,100 pound push pull.
Roadworks reported on the road ahead.
It's like an 1,100 pound push pull total. So my intentions were after that to do a full power meet to qualify. But one of the guys that's the head of the Great Britain GPC sect basically blessed me, saying my push pull total was good enough to qualify me to do full power. Now, I haven't done a full power meet in 2 years. My last one, I bombed out at USPA Nationals, and the one previous to that was a qualifier for that I did like 2 weeks before, and I ended up totaling like 1,500 and something. Just basically total a little over what I needed to qualify for Nationals. So going into this meet, a little nervous. I started my peak a week after Tattooing Strong, and that went very well. My squats were like but I was hitting PRs, so that was going good in my eyes. If I'm still hitting squat PRs versus whether the workouts feel good or not, I guess the training's working. Bench was like going really well. I was hitting like triples of numbers that I previously like could not even double, so that went extremely well. And then my deadlift was I thought it would be better. It wasn't bad, but I thought it would be, the numbers would be better than what they were in training anyways. So I think I made a mistake towards the end of my prep. This will just be a lesson learned that I take away from it for when I do my next bigger meet and do a prep. Whereas I think I did my overreaching a little too close to the meet, and I miscalculated the days. I just wasn't paying attention because this meet was like in the middle of the week, so I probably should have adjusted my training so I could have deloaded properly instead of I gave myself like basically 2 deload days or deload workouts when I usually do 3 at the very minimum before going to the competition, because I just didn't have access to a gym. I was traveling, which brings me to another point. So I think my peak went pretty good all in all, but there was some things I will definitely change next time around. So the day before weigh-ins, we drove from Banbury to Nancy, France. Sorry to all the French people that I'm pronouncing this wrong if you even watch this video. So it was about a 3-hour drive from my house to Dover, where we took the ferry across to Dunkirk, and then from Dunkirk to the hotel was about 5 hours. So that's a lot of traveling to be done in one day, especially when you have a 2-month-old baby, and you know she's not easily, she is easily entertained, but not for very long. Her attention span's very short, but she did very well on the journey. She slept a lot of it, wasn't too fussy. Can't complain too much on that. That day of traveling though, it wrecks you because well, my wife is smarter than me, so she can eat cold chicken that she cooked the night before. I just can't do that shit. I'm too picky of an eater. My chicken has to be hot and fresh. So basically I was just eating snacks. I was snacking the whole way. And I'm kind of stubborn like my dad when it comes to doing long distance traveling and driving. I don't like to stop. I don't like to stop for bathroom breaks unless I absolutely have to, or to eat or anything. I just want to drive, get from point A to point B as fast as possible. So I was snacking all day until we got on. No, I was basically still snacking. I could have ate a sandwich or something on the ferry, but I didn't want to risk eating a sandwich that looked like it had been sitting out for a while and get food poisoning right before I'm about to do a meet. It's just not a good idea. I'd rather just eat the junk food that's in the bag that I know is not going to make me throw up later. So the journey there, it sucked basically. So I was trying to drink water and stuff on the way down there. and shit all day, and just retaining water from sitting in the car. And I was drinking energy drinks too, but there are no calories, so I guess that's a plus. It doesn't help, still retain water. Finally got there. All of us, we were all tired. We pretty much just went out to eat. Found a local place that was pretty good. They made sandwiches. The only thing was there was a thunderstorm right when we rolled into town, so by the time we went to go eat, that had let up, but it got really humid. And for those of you that have never been to Europe, they do not believe in air conditioning anywhere. So you basically have to pop a window open and just hope for a breeze to come through, which there was none, of course. So we walked to the restaurant because it wasn't that far away. Got our sandwiches. Got like a steak sandwich. Just wanted something with some red meat in it, some fries. I wasn't really worried about weigh-ins because I'm not trying to cut weight. So I've been pretty middle of the road the whole time during my training and everything. Thanks to my wife's cooking and her watching what I'm eating. So after that, went back to the hotel room, got some sleep. Woke up early the next day. Made sure I took a pre-weigh-in poop, and then we walked over to the venue because on the map it's not that far from the hotel, but when you're pushing a baby and I'm carrying my stupid gym bags full of crap, and that place is pretty hilly. That was a stupid idea. Should have definitely just drove there, which was the whole reason we drove the car down there in the first place. But we walked. And that sucked. It was hot out. We got there, weighed in, I think around 234 pounds-ish. So I needed to be under 242 to be in that weight class. So no worries there. Gave my opening attempts to the official, and then kind of went back to the hotel room, bummed around a little bit, went to a bakery, tried some macaroons in the local area. It's pretty good. Got some coffee. Then we went back to the hotel room, hung out for a little bit, and we went to another restaurant. It was like a steakhouse. I got a steak. What was it? It was like a half-pound steak. It's pretty good. It helped me over to the next day. So then, the day of the meet. So this happens to me every time pre-competition. I just get anxious, and I just shit my brains out. This all comes out of me, and I went like twice like that just before we left the hotel room to go down there. Because for one, I had like I said, it's been 2 years since I've done a full powerlifting meet. So your biggest worry, anybody that's done a powerlifting meet at full power, is getting your first squat out of the way, right? You're worried about hitting depth. Did you pick the right weight that you're going to be able to hit it without any problems, so you don't bomb out. Bombing out is like, especially on the squat, the first thing you do, it's like the worst fear ever. Did I just drive all this way from the UK, train all those damn weeks, just to bomb out on the squat? It's exactly what happened to me in my last competition. I had family come out and everything. I literally flew from Portugal to Las Vegas and bombed out of competition. So I did not want a repeat of that. So we get there. The GPC, when they squat, they use a monolift. I have never ever used a monolift in my life, so that was extremely new to me. So I didn't know all the space and trying to use the monoliths when we're the flight that's going up next and we need to fucking warm up. That shit pissed me off, but I don't know. There's not much you can do about it. Because these guys are gorillas. They're like twice the size of me. What am I gonna do? Tell them to get out of the damn warm-up area? Anyways, so I warmed up. Warm-ups felt really good. I went pretty much beltless on all my warm-ups, all the way up to about 485 pounds. I picked my opener at 585. So I like to just get up to a point where I'll take like 45 would be my heaviest single. I don't feel the need to go any higher than that because I'm not trying to burn my CNS out or get myself tired enough out before I make my first squat attempt. There was guys back there, they were already wrapping their knees and taking like 550 pound squats in the warm-up area before we were gonna go squat like for reals on the platform. I don't understand this mentality. If it's like an intimidation thing, I don't know. I don't know how it could work because they put everybody's openers, what you're gonna use, plastered on a piece of paper right next to the warm-up area, so you know exactly when everybody's opening up. There's no need to be like a warm-up hero in the back, but guys do it still anyways. So yeah, I squatted 45 or 220 kilos. That was the heaviest I got up to, and I had another guy from Great Britain who was competing in the following flight. He actually like used the lever for the monolift, so that was like the first time ever I got to experience doing it like that. It's just, I don't know, it's a weird sensation, especially if you're used to walking out all your squats. So took that, felt good. Obviously the jitters are there still. The flights are pretty small, so the squat moved very quickly. So basically I had like, what was it, 3 guys ahead of me. Whenever they were calling that dude up, I had to start wrapping my knees. So that's how fast it was going. I wrapped my own knees because well, my wife, she's taking care of the baby and doing all the photography and the filming and stuff, so, and nobody back there, I don't know anybody back there. You kind of just make friends when you get there with people, and I did. I made friends with another guy from United Kingdom named Robert Mason. Cool dude. But you're not going to help each other wrap your knee wraps because that's fucking exhausting. You're not going to do it right before you take your own squat attempt. So you got to manage that shit on your own. So my first one, I damn near ran out of time and had to scratch my first attempt because it went by so quick and I didn't realize how fast they were going through lifters. But I was able to get out there and do my attempt. Got all red lights. You know, your biggest fear, you go out there, you hit your first squat attempt, and it's no good. And you're like, well, shit, that's not a good start. Well, damn near everybody on their first attempts, I think, except for like 2 people, missed their first squats. Going back and looking at the video, which I'll post here, is I think the squat was deep enough. I don't know what the hell the refs or the judges were looking at, but they told me it was on, they called me on depth. One of the judges pulled me out to the side right after and told me to lower the rack height down 1. So I listened to him, told him to put it down 1. So my next attempt, I just retook my opener at 585 or 265 kilos. And I got it, all highlights, no problem. Moved super quick. So that inspired some confidence. Now I had a number in mind I wanted to hit. I wanted to hit at least 622 or 282.5 kilos. So I put that next as for my next attempt. So I don't know if missing or not getting that first squat was probably a good thing, because I probably would have jumped up to about 600 pounds for a second attempt and then attempted the 622, and by then, after doing that, I might have been too gassed and might not have gotten my lift. But I took the 622 for my third attempt, got it, all white lights, PR, 22 pound PR. that was the number I needed to hit for the total I wanted for the day, so got that secured. Robert, though, he went out there and hit a 700 plus squat. I was just like, Jesus Christ. That was a massive squat. And I want to say he opened up with like 660 pounds too, 300 kilos. But yeah, that was great. I think his squat was like 330 kilos. Might have been right. That was his final squat. He took that on his second attempt, and then he decided to waive his third. So that put him in the lead. I think at that point I was in third or fourth. But I knew, looking at everybody's openers on their bench, that's how I was going to catch up. And that is typical of me. I'm a pretty decent bencher, so I can make up pounds or kilos in the standings with my bench. Thank God. So I opened up with 200 kilos or 441 pounds along with another guy. Everybody else pretty much opened up with, what was it, like 160 kilos, which is what, like I think it's like 330 something. Most everybody made their first attempts, I think, on the bench. My first attempt, crushed it. 200 kilos, 441 pounds, no problem. Moved super quick. And I knew it was because I hit it for a triple in the gym. No problem. So next, my thought process was this next. Okay, now I'm going to jump up to 474 pounds or 215 kilos because this is the number I want to hit. Plus I've done it in the gym twice now, and I've done it while I've accumulated like all the fatigue from training. So I thought I would be good to hit it even having done squats beforehand. I underestimated that, so I missed my second attempt with that weight. Decided to retake it again, and then I would just kind of the first time I tried taking it on my second attempt, my descent with the bar to my chest was a lot slower than what I normally do. So on my third attempt, when I tried to retake it, I let the bar pretty much just fall down to my chest so I could just push it back upwards with all that saved energy. Got it to about halfway, and I just could not lock it out. I was fighting with it for as long as the judges would let me, and then they took it from me. So yep, only made my opener, which kind of sucks because that sort of set me up for not getting the total I wanted for the day, but that's all right. At this point, I was in second place behind Robert. He had a 10 kilo lead on me, or a 22 pound lead. So going into deadlifts, pretty much everyone opened up with 280 kilos, except for a couple guys I think did 290. So 280 kilos is 617 pounds. So nailed that, no problem. I think a lot of the guys had nailed their first attempts. So then after that, I jumped up to 300. So 661. That moved real easy, a lot easier than it had been moving in the gym. So I was like, all right, pretty much gonna go with the same strategy I had, tattooed strong. I'm gonna take 320 or 705 for my last attempt. And at that point, I caught up to Robert. There's another guy that was behind us by about 30 kilos and about 60 pounds. And he like did a YOLO attempt and to try and catch up, but he missed it, I believe. It's pretty ballsy attempt. But that's a massive jump. Or he took a 25 kilo jump, which is about 55 pounds. I think he ended up missing it. So I got my second, no problem. Then I did 320. I only needed pound total, but kind of screwed myself on the bench and ended up with a 802.5 kilo total, which translates to 1769 in pounds. That's still, my best total before that was 1600 pounds, so that's a 169 pound PR total. I'll take it, not complaining. A lot of work, 2 years in the making. Then, to my surprise, I ended up winning second best lifter overall for men's open, and I think one of the either the 90 or 100 kilo guys ended up winning the best lifter award, and then Robert ended up getting third in our weight class, and then third best lifter, which is based off of Wilks score. So it's like your body weight plus what you lifted and a coefficient number that they come up with this formula. So pretty cool. And then since I am there representing Great Britain, because I compete under that sect of the GPC, that gave us, like, those placings gave us points to an overall total to win a bigger trophy for basically Team Great Britain, and we did. We won best powerlifting team. So it's pretty cool. It's kind of funny being an American standing up on the stage. These other British guys, and they're holding the British flag up, and they're like, "Give the American the trophy to hold up." So I was holding up the trophy for him.